4. Unsustainable and unfold. Crack.
Roads are cracked, so it is hard for me to roll my wheelchair from place to place.
Fracture.
She fractured her leg while training for the marathon. Stress fractures are tiny cracks in a bone. They're caused by repetitive force, such as running long distances.
Sustain.
The mothers were able to sustain their children's interest in various play activities and increase the length of their attention spans. She sustained a stress fracture in her foot because she refused to listen to her overworked body.
Sustainable.
Most people prefer practices that make our resources sustainable. That is, we should use our resources wisely now, and we will still have more for the future.
Unsustainable.
Present efforts to maintain human progress and to meet human needs are simply unsustainable in both the rich and poor nations.
Assertive.
Being assertive does not have to mean being disagreeable.
Assertiveness.
Assertiveness is a skill you need to stand up for your rights in a positive way.
Uncharacteristic.
Assertiveness may seem to some people to be uncharacteristic of counselors.
Fold.
The pilot thought about the long hours that people had spent folding and packing the parachute for his safety.
Unfold.
In video games, players have the unique ability to control what unfolds.
Relevant.
When facing a problem, we should always have an open mind and should consider all relevant information.
Relevance.
What a usual user often gets on the internet is no more than summaries of lengthy articles. As a consequence, the number of downloads of any given scientific paper has little relevance to the number of times the entire article has been read from beginning to end.
Irrelevant.
Things that in life are imperfectly realized appear in a work of art complete, entire, and free from irrelevant matters.
Respective.
A father took his son to the circus. Before the show started, he took his son to see the animals in their respective cages.
Respectively.
Black and white, which have a brightness of 1% and 100% respectively, show the most dramatic difference in perceived weight.
Irrespective of.
The national government may view forests as a renewable resource irrespective of the local people's needs.
Insurmountable.
Even the most competent child encounters what seems like insurmountable problems in living.
Statistic.
The statisticians analyzed all the statistics of the economy over the last 100 years.
Statistician.
Months passed, and the city's crime statisticians noticed a striking trend.
Statistical.
The coach is analyzing the statistical data of each player.
Inevitable.
Repetition of experience helps build confidence and cope with inevitable nervousness which you feel about public speaking.
Inevitably.
If you happen to be placed in a classroom of future professional statisticians, inevitably you feel relatively bad at math.
Multiple.
Multiple entries will be accepted.
Multiply.
The children are learning to multiply and divide.
Multiplication.
An elementary school student should master principles of addition before moving to multiplication.
Peril.
Many children know that polar bears are in peril.
Collective.
You'd think that whenever more than one person makes a decision, they'd draw on collective wisdom.
Unprecedented.
We are faced with unprecedented perils, and these perils are multiplying and pushing at our collective gates.
Multi-purpose.
We are the members of the 11th grade band. Currently, since we have no practice room of our own, we have to practice twice a week in the multi-purpose room.
Cellular.
I can't find my cellular phone. Could you give me a call?
Multicellular.
And then, a billion years later, these more complex cells join together to form multicellular organisms.
Gourmet.
In a California gourmet market, researchers set up a booth of samples of jams.
Multi-course.
Even in the wilderness, gourmet eaters set up field ovens, and they cook multi-course dinners.
Retrospect.
In the 1960s, the term multitasking began to be used to describe computers. In retrospect, they made a poor choice, for the expression multitasking can be misleading.